Hey guys, welcome back to Car Scoop season number 2. And yes, we took a bit of a break, but what better way is there to get back into the swing of things by reviewing a kick-ass car. And today we are talking about the Audi R8, and it's not just any R8, it is the R8 V10 5.2 liter version. So yeah, this is the reason why we had posters on our walls. But this car has been strategically drip-fed into the public psyche, and it started with the old age movie called I, Robot in the early 2000s, where the concept vehicle for this car was actually introduced as the hero car in the movie, and then in Iron Man 2 as the car for Tony Stark, and then who can forget that the Christian Grey car in the 50 Shades of Grey movie. I mean, but anyway, even if it wasn't in the movie, this car will make any lady moist. So there's a couple of things that makes this car quite different from its hard-top sibling. And one of the things that's pretty prominent is the fact that the engine isn't as on display as it would be with the hardtop. Because when you have something like this, you would like to constantly display this, and I'm talking about the engine now. And with the hardtop, there is lights literally located inside the bonnet boot area, because this is a supercar and the engine is fitted in the back. But now, this being a Spyder, which is also a drop top, you can't really have that visibility of your engine, but you do get yourself a very cool kick-ass retractable roof. Speaking about the engine, you do get a 5.2 motor, the same one that is in the Lamborghini Gallardo. And if you're going to have a look at a couple of other things, the suspension is the same as the Gallardo, the chassis is the same as the Gallardo, and the motor. So you are basically getting yourself a Lamborghini Gallardo for much cheaper. And to be honest, I think this car is way better looking. Now see, headspace in a car like this doesn't really come to mind when you buy a vehicle like this, but it's something that you don't really need to worry about, because you know, me being almost 1.86 meters, I can sit comfortably in this car. There is enough headspace for me, and the getting in and out of the car isn't as bad as you might think, because it is so low to the ground. So one of the things that we love to do on this show is to give you a bit of a tester of what the engine and the exhaust system sounds like, because let's face it, it's going to be one heck of a sound, seeing as this is a V10 Audi R8 5.2 liter. And just listen to this, and this is just the start. A beautiful cat tiger like purr. And then when you hit that accelerator, it's like sitting in a fighter jet. Oh, it sounds beautiful. So now just a quick thing before we take this car out onto the road. It is a pretty sad day if you are an automotive or a car lover, just as a general. And for a specimen such as the Audi R8, it is a very sad day, because it is now officially a collector's item, and the last one rolled off the assembly line in Germany about 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it's an honor and a privilege to share a car like this and to just be able to drive it, because I know it's not really something that is meant for your average everyday person. And I know you need to be you can't have any favorites in the car game when you do automotive journalism, but I am not ashamed to say that the Audi R8 will forever be, and always will be, my favorite car. Seeing as we are shooting this video inside a bit of a industrial type of location, one thing that is pretty much a downer with this car, but this is now an issue with every single sports car of this caliber, is that because it's so low to the ground, when you want to go over something, you literally need to creep over it. Now see, driving a car like this is pretty much in the scope of every man's fantasy. And just once again to thank you to the guys from DotAuto for making this video possible. And as we are taking it out onto the South African roads, it is also once again pretty sad that there is not enough room on public roads for this 500 and almost 60 horsepower put together. One thing is for dead certain, that if you would like to take this car around a corner, it literally corners like it's on rails, but it is not lazy whatsoever because it's a V10 and it pulls. Oh, see, there's a reason why we do this job. This car's ridiculously fast. Well, seeing as we're now stuck in a bit of traffic, it actually comes to mind that how many people almost break their necks trying to have a look at you in, well, in my opinion, one of the prettiest cars ever created. And I think it's also a very good time to talk about the interior of the car. Now, earlier I mentioned that the interior is more like a cockpit, which also translates to the fact that it's not really anything to write home about. I mean, it's extremely well laid out with the carbon fiber trim in the dashboard and on the side panels of the doors as well. But when it comes to the layout, like I said, there's nothing to write home about. There's nothing that makes it feel extremely special. But then once again, as soon as you're out of traffic and you just give it a bit of gas, it just makes it all the while worth it. So there you have it, the Audi R8 2012 model with the V10 5.2 litre engine is now a collector's item. And yes, this collector's item is available from the guys from DotAuto for only 1.3 million rand and has only 29,000 kilometers on the odometer. Once again, thank you to the guys from DotAuto for making this episode possible, for Vince Brill for making us look so sweet with every single video that we record. And yeah, we will be seeing you on the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.